Well, shit. That didn't work at all. My bad about that. Ooh, yeah, we're not going to do that one. Let's just stick with this one. My bad. Okay, so my goal, obviously, there was to have a bunch of cool little intro things that obviously didn't work at all. Apparently all the audio broke the last time I flew, so who knows what happened. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining tonight's episode of the FPV live stream. A little bit impromptu. I kind of was just thinking, still no sound? Are you kidding me? Okay, good. So I was just kind of sitting around thinking, I would like to do a little bit of a live stream. So here we are live from Indianapolis, Indiana, where the weather outside is a balmy -10 degrees. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and build some quadcopters. I have been working on, well, we'll get to that for a second. First of all, everybody welcome. Thank you so much for joining the FPV live stream. This channel, Nerk FPV, for those of you that are new, this is a live stream that I try to do once a week generally. Way in the past, I've kind of been getting a little bit busy. Unfortunately, haven't done it as many times as I want to lately. That being said, one of my biggest feedback across like the last 4, 5, 6 months has been, hey, why aren't you doing live streams anymore? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be trying to get those going more and more and more over the future here. So yeah, it's been one of the I think one of the best things that has ever come out of this channel. I think just creating content and helping people learn how to build drones, whether they do it well or poorly, whether I do it well or poorly and they learn well or poorly. You know, that's you can decide what you think about that. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. Now, that being said, tonight's is kind of a little bit impromptu. I'm trying to iron some of the bugs out. I'll pimp and hype a future stream a little bit more. I've actually got a few in the books planned and ready to go. But tonight's is going to serve as a chance for a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. If you use the super chat, I'll definitely notice it. If you don't use the super chat, I might totally miss it, but I will be keeping an eye out. I'm going to be looking and trying to stream and all of that stuff. And then on the other side, I'm going to be building the ShenDrones top mount Flacco. In a few months, I'm going to be going to, there's a few weeks actually, I'm heading down to Sebring, and at the Sebring drone race, I'm participating in the team race, and for that team race, I'm on team Liftoff / team ShenDrones. And so me and a couple other people, Control.fpv and Danny Chan, we're going to be on that team competing in the team race for Sebring. Then, after that, I'll also be using my normal HiFi lights with my normal kit in the individual racing. So I've got to finish building that fleet of Flaccos so you can hang out and watch the building process and ask any questions that you want here in the process. Throw emojis, throw super chats, whatever. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Please, it helps me a ton to get more future streams and stuff. If you share this and try to bring more people in, especially while it's live, I really, really appreciate that. Zero Caution FPV asks, green question mark. Yes, this is a green screen. It does exciting things when you're not using it the way that it's supposed to. Anyway, yes, and then somebody asks, 32-bit ESC's good question mark. To be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with 32-bit ESCs. The one that I used really didn't work very well, but they were also prototypes, so I can't make a judgment call off that. If I get another set of them and try them again, I will let you know. Let's see. He's just really tiny, yeah. You still using the ideal 5048 props? Yes, for freestyle. I tried a bunch of the newish props today and came away liking the gate breakers the best, which surprised me. I have not tried gate breakers yet, but I have some to try. Is the mount really sturdy? The mount for what? How is the Riot 250 handling? It's in good shape. It's on the wall right now. I haven't flown it in a little while, but I pull it out every once in a while and fly it. HQ Prop 5x4, 3x3 V1S. I fly those a lot too. After hands-on with the Fat Shark 101, would you recommend it for a new pilot that wants to learn FPV? Absolutely. He just peeled away the video. Yes. Are you coming down to New Mexico soon? Not planning on it, but I would like to at some point to fly, do like a training practice week with Sean. That'd be sweet. Night Fury. Do you use them with D-Shot 1200? Yes. Question. Planning on going to Texas anytime in 2018. Not currently planning, but would definitely love to. What's the ideal weight for a quad for freestyle? There's a lot of... I would say that a lot of people think a lot of things on that weight question for freestyle. I tend to have it a little bit heavier, like 650 grams or so, but it doesn't matter. Just fly. Have fun. As someone who hasn't owned a drone before, is built or bought best to start out with? Buy a toy drone like a Hoopson X4 or a Fat Shark 101, something small and easy and hard to break, and then make your first mini quad something that you buy or that you build. Nurk, what are your rates? I'm going to do a video on that, so stay posted. Have you ever flown the Toyco X-Frame? No. How many butts do you have? 1. Name the best ready-to-fly drone. Racer 3? I love the Ray 32. Good. You fly today? No, I didn't, unfortunately. When are you going to clean your work mat? My work mat is clean. How is your relationship with Atmospheric Adventures going? Great. I'll talk about that at some point. I'm from Anderson, Indiana. Where's some good spots in Indy to fly? All sorts. Join fpv-chat.com. Get into the Indie group and we'll get you some. Holy cow, this is fast. I'm losing. What does the top mount help for the drone? We'll talk about that later. What's your day-to-day? My day-to-day, I actually do not have a full-time job. I split my time 30% between drone racing and YouTube and that stuff. 30% goes to Cinactive, my production company. It's facebook.com/Cinactive, Cinactive. I will post a link. And then the other 30%, I do programming. I'm a software engineer, and I work on client work. Man, we might not even get to the build tonight at this rate. Are you coming to Florida anytime soon? Yes, I'm going to be there at the end of the month for Sebring. If you actually get something built and simultaneously answer questions from chat, you the real MVP. We'll see. 6S 6-inch question mark. I have done it. It also took a big chunk of my hand. I have a Schizo Revolt RF race flight controller. What's a good flight controller? I use the Omnibus F3 AIO from Ready to Fly Quads. That's my favorite one by far. Awesome says penis. Penises are good. You should come to Texas. I've got a spot you can chase more trains. I'm done. I've retired from chasing trains. Come up to New England this summer or take you out on my boat and get some great video. That sounds awesome. Send me a message through my website. I want to talk more about that. What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about motors? That different motors will make you a better pilot. I'll just leave that one there. What is your recommendation for a beginner quad getting into freestyle? Build your own. Do you play liftoff? No. If yes, can you share your online tag name? No. I am curious to check out your lap times. Sorry. 3-inch opinions, 1408, 130, or 140 millimeter. I don't care so much about frame size, definitely 1407 or 1408. Nurkala, Finland? Yes. My last name, Nurkala, has very Finnish origins. I'm about 40% Finnish, starting on my dad's side, coming down. Don't dodge the rates. I'm coming out with a video. Can you do a update video for long range video setup? I did do one not that long ago, so maybe check that one out. And if you need a new one, comment on that video and say, hey, update this, because I would love to do one. I have a Joshua Bardwell AIO in the mail. Which VTX would be best, you think? TBS Unify Race Edition, for sure. F30 amp ESCs, how have you been liking them? They are exclusively all I fly for racing. Build it. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, I think I'm getting further behind. Oh, here we go. Sorry. What motors are you using? For racing, I use T-Motor F40 V3s. They were the spec motor for spec racing for MultiGP this month, or this year. They are very powerful, but they're also rather efficient and durable. They're like right in the middle of everything, and I really like balance, so that they're not killing my batteries, they're not breaking, and they're not the fastest, but they're fast enough. How many packs do you bring on a typical flying day? If I'm going out for freestyle, I'll bring like 5, 6, 7. If I'm going out for race practice, where we're like hitting pack after pack after pack for like, you know, getting ready for Sebring, for example, I bring like 20. And I charge all of them at least twice. Why does my quad lose control when I punch up? Because you're getting nervous. CL Racing F, I don't know what that means. Have you tried Mr. Steel Motors? No. Hi, Nerk. Hi, Pids. Did you get a Baby Hawk R? No. Ultimate goal for 2018 in the FPV drone world. For me personally, my goal for 2018 in the FPV drone world is to see a mini quad shot in a feature film. I don't care what film, I don't care what budget, but my goal is to work with a director to show them what mini quads can do and to bring that shot into a feature film. What's your favorite flight controller? The Flip 32 F3 Omnibus from Ready to Fly Quads. What would you buy as an intermediate pilot with $150? I'd say save $100, go get the Fat Shark 101. Nice, take a breath and build. No! Do you use 2 or 4 screws on your motors? Actually 3 usually. Come back to San Francisco. I would love to. I live in the Panhandle. I don't know what that means. I use 2. I don't know what that means. Are you going to fly in Canada? It's illegal. 4 and... oh, shoot. 4 a 3D printed mounts. Okay. Where's your favorite spot you've flown? Probably the Guardian Center in Atlanta, where DRL Level 2 was. What is something good for a rookie to start practicing? Fat Shark 101. 2207 versus 2306. I'm more on the 2306 side. You inspired me to quit smoking so I can fly like you. Killer. That's going to save you a lot of money, I think. Just put all that right back into drones. Let's go on jet ski and chase. I tried and failed. I'm all about it. 2405. That's too big. Do you have a recommendation for budget freestyle motors on a chameleon frame? I don't have a recommendation. Not because I don't think that there isn't one. I just haven't. I just don't think of. I'm not thinking of one right off. I fly T motors, which are not usually budget motors, but most are fine. Loving the Nerk headroom. Nice. Hey, Bimbo. That's me. Will you have my baby? Sure. Too many old people. Build, build, build. Bimbos. Ha, greetings from Finland then. Just driving here, snowplow, and listening to this. You're driving a snowplow and listening to a live stream? That's really hilarious. Fucking just build. When are you going to come back to San Francisco again? I have no plans to come back to San Francisco right now. But if opportunity does come up, I'm sure I will announce it somewhere, somehow. How fast do your quads go? At least 100 miles an hour, or I think that's 160 kph. What's your favorite few 5-inch and why? I would assume props, and then I would say 50-48 ideals, 50-46 cyclones for racing, and HQ V1S 4.3s for 5S. Could you stop answering questions and get to the build? I'm almost there. What is the best setup for long flight as in distance? The setup that you have with Crossfire on it. What is your first quad build like? It was a ZMR 250 with 1806 motors with 50-30 gem fan props on 3-cell, and it was horrible. Quads are so much better these days. What is your opinion on AMWay commanders? Well, I've actually got some right here. They're underneath a light, otherwise I would pick them up. I've got some here for a review. Hopefully I'll be able to look at those soon. Go Hoosiers, yes. Snark equals cinematic god zone. Cool. Electrify RC motors are good and cheap. F40 versus F60. I'm all about the F40s. I don't need a ton of... Ooh, I like... don't need a ton of extra power for the extra weight. Do you use Clearview? Yes. D-shot, one-shot, or multi-shot? One-shot, or sorry, D-shot for the most part. When is he building? Shortly. RCX 1407 motors for 3-inch, you dig? Yeah, that's fine. Or what's your fave or balance for all S-specs, if you don't mind? The ZMX 1407s, I think, are still the best motor for 3-inch. Do you think you could visit Atlanta? Probably. What's Crossfire? It's in the description. There's a link to the TBS Crossfire. You can get information there. Do you have your own motors? No, I don't. Good to see you, man. This is funny. Build, please. Okay. What's your idea for a perfect 3-inch build? In the trash, grab a 5-inch. 10 out of 10 rapid answers. I'm working on it. I'm almost caught up. Hi, Nerk. So do you practice with any FPV simulator? If the only simulator that I ever fly is DRL, and I don't use it to practice, I use it to have fun. Turtle mode, question mark. Yes. It's a requirement now. I don't like turtle mode. I don't think it makes for the best racing possible. However, that being said, everybody uses it now, and it's allowed in races, so it is now a requirement to have. I have literally won $2,000 because of turtle mode. There's just no ways around it. How long have you been flying? I built my first quad on March 15th, 2015. I got my first drone for Christmas 2014. What would you recommend for a drone frame in windy conditions? Any. It's fine. Flight controllers are really smart at figuring out how to handle wind. Just stopping by to say, what's up? What's up? What's your favorite 5-inch frame for freestyle? Show me what you got, Steez. Can I have one of your drones? Yes, you have to buy it, though. Do you think Cyma 5C is a good starter drone? Yeah, that's fine. What's your favorite racing or freestyle? Absolutely racing, but freestyle definitely is an awesome thing. Yeah. Dual or tri-blade? Both, actually. I will, if I'm going to do high KV, I'm going to do dual. If I do low KV, meaning like 2300 or 2400, it's tri-blade. What is your other job? I already answered that. Scroll back. Did you start out in an acro? I'm gonna say yes. What other drone YouTube channels do you follow? All of them. Do you like the GemFan 5152s? Yes. All right, let's go to building. So from here on out, if you need to ask a question, hopefully I will notice it. In the meantime, let's get into building this here ShenDrones Flacco top mount. So the default ShenDrones frame comes with this little guy here, which is the top mount, and I was excited. I wanted to use the full-size cameras, but this thing, look how high the camera is here. So I kind of messaged Andy Shannon. I was like, hey, I don't really like this. Is there any other options? And he said, oh, yeah, we've got the top mount one, which uses the micro camera and puts it way down low in the prop line. So it's much more like my other racing drones. One sec. I'm back. This is a Hyphy Light, my normal racing rig, and you can see that there's a lot more similarities here, right? This is much lower profile. You've got the camera, down kind of closer to the prop line. I think that makes for a better feel, if that makes sense, in the air, and I think it is just an all-around better experience for flying. How do you reach out to get sponsorships? Make good content and get a following and do stuff that nobody's ever seen before. There's a mini Nerk on the screen. Yes. Woo, building. Yep. Is the Crossfire Micro good enough, or should everybody take the big one? Get the big one. The Crossfire Micro is good. There's not that much improvement over standard RC protocols, and the difference in cost is negligible if you're willing to spend that much anyway. How sturdy is the camera mount? This thing is impressively sturdy. When are you going to come to Chile? As soon as possible. Are you PC bro? I don't know what that means. This is a MacBook. That's a PC. I just got an i5 plus 1060 plus 8 gig for $250 from Walmart. Interesting. For starting to actually build. You're welcome. Daniel, what the fuck, how? Nice Nerk beard oil line. That's an idea. I hadn't thought about that. Hopefully one of the viewers can answer my question, how do you set up Crossfire? What camera angle you use for racing? 40-ish, usually. Do you soft mount? Flight controller, yes. Motors, no. Hi, quick question. The drones you use in the videos are self-made then, right? Yes. The bigger the camera, the greater the weight. Yes. Hey, bro, I still wants to give you some sick ideas. Do it. Shoot me a message on the on FPV chat or email or private message here, whatever. All right, let's get to building. So this is the Flacco. Let me, I'll zoom this in a little bit here for it. Now, so this is the Flacco. On here are T-Motor F60s. They're kind of an older motor, but they still kick butt. They're 2207 motors, so they're a little bit of an older style, but I still love them. I have a lot of these still, and they are all in good condition, so I'm just going to be flying these. Underneath is this is a Speedix 30 amp 4-in-1, actually 35 amp 4-in-1, and then this is an Omnibus F3 flight controller, and it has I've just got a little 5-volt voltage regulator hot glued to the top. Then we have a Runcam Micro Swift 2, and then we're going to be using a TBS Unify and the Futaba 3001 SB receiver. These are 2450 kV. Yes, I would buy that beard oil. I'm seriously gonna think about that. That's freaking hilarious. I've never heard that idea before. So I've got dedicated cables to go between the camera and the Unify, but the problem is that I need this to go through the OSD. Oh, this needs something else anyway. Let us see. From whence can we find the right cable? I do not want to waste features. These features are good. They're very good. I've got so many little cables here for cameras and stuff. No, I just can't find the right ones. Excuse me while I try to find cables during a live stream. So that's really engaging and exciting content. Oh, here we go. Alien or Martian 2? Go with the real stuff. How do you give money? There's a super chat button underneath the chat. I don't know what it looks like on mobile, but I know on desktop it's like literally just right next to the send button. Awesome, you're posting up a live feed. Yep. What is your opinion on the Johnny FPV AirHog sponsorship? I think that's awesome. I think we need more of that sort of partnership in the FPV community. Is it possible to have a video where you suggest places and controllers with installation, such as this one, for people that want... I'm not sure I understand that. Okay. So here's the right cable, I think. Yeah. There's this bad boy up inside. So let me know if you want to change anything with the camera angle, if you want it closer or further, whatever. Shoot, I just realized that all my tools are downstairs. I'll be right back. Hit Super Chat to get me to come back. Can you attach a custom micro USB to charge a drone? I don't think so. No. Be right back. I mean, there might be a way to attach a micro USB, but yeah, it wouldn't be worth it. I'll tell you that much. Okay. You prefer F3 over F4? Yep. Just noticed ShenDrones. What do you think about Flight Club? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Do you like the Adrenaline? I've never flown a Adrenaline 100C batteries, actually. I haven't flown Thunder Power since the very first ones that came out that everybody was raving about. Never was that impressed. And I always killed them. But that was probably my fault. Please keep making awesome content, maybe even in Texas. You'll have to send more than $5 to get me to fly down there. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate it. How do you keep Mrs. Nurk happy enough to let you keep buying drones and spending tons of time away from home? That's a great question. I've been meaning to do like a live stream with her to talk about that, because I think that we've developed a pretty good cadence and understanding, and she kind of actually appreciates and gets what I'm doing with this, which I think is not unheard of, but it's definitely, I think, unique in the hobby / sport. But I mean, to a degree, this is my job. Like, I mean, this is what I do. It's not, you know, I don't make the most money in the world. In fact, I pretty much make none doing it. But that being said, you know, there's something to drive for, and I think she can get behind passion and excitement, and you know, this is the chance of our lifetime to try it. Hers and mine. So why wouldn't she be excited about it? You know, that being said, there's checks and balances, obviously, but for the most part, you know, we've found our way of doing that. Where's everybody from? Somebody asks. I like that. If you guys want to leave your comment of where you're from. Do you use any of the ISD cheat chargers? Yes, I love those. What do you think about 3D printing? It's awesome. What's your favorite long-range freestyle or indoor? Racing. For racing, do you use F40 V3 T motor or F40 V2? F40 V3. On my freestyle, I have F40 V2. Pro V2, actually. Depending on what your software engineering skills, I'm hiring in Texas. Not looking for a job currently. You got a good lady, man. Yes, I do. Okay. All right, so on the camera here, we've got, so on this, with this setup, I've got essentially, this is LiPo power right here. These are pads that I brought up from the ground, so I can put my camera input straight on that. And I think this camera is 2 to 6S, and I've never had an issue with these RunCam MicroSwifts having any noise from not being behind a filter. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that straight on LiPo to save my 5-volt reg for other things. So I'm going to tin this wire, and then this pad is already tinned, so I can just bring this wire in and add that line there. Okay, it's one camera, one part of the camera. Then I also need this wire, which is the voltage sensor for the camera. So this camera has a built-in OSD, and one of its features is voltage sensing. So it needs to be touching VBAT on that wire. I don't know. They made it an independent wire so that it would, so that you could power the camera off of not VBAT, which is great. But at the same time, it's kind of annoying too because you gotta have 2 wires wired up. But that's okay. Why do you prefer the V3 over the Pro / Pro V2? Well, I have the V3. That's a big part of it. And the second is that it's a better balance, right? It's got all of the same things. Down East, Maine is an awesome spot for some epic long range. That sounds amazing. I would love that. Do you play any sports? I used to play soccer, and I did a lot of running as well. I broke my dick in the shower. Okay. What do you think about the new DJI OcuSync module and cam? Don't know what that is. Are these drones a lot harder to fly than a Mavic Pro? Absolutely. Broke many bones dirt biking. I tried to find a new hobby. Well, this is the right one for you. I have not broken any bones FPVing yet. There's always time, though. Okay, so then this is the video wire and the grounding wire. And on the Omnibus F3 from Ready to Fly, the all of the OSD connections are over here on this side. So we'll just tin these guys up. Oops. Where's your shoulder rig? What's my shoulder rig? Gotta get my chart here. Give me your beard. No, that's weird. Yeah, although you can make offers for it, I'll shave it and send it to you. So we've got our ground is closest to the front of the board, and the video in and out is closest to the motor pads, and then the video in is on the outside of the board. Any good hobby shops in Indy for FPV? Not that I'm aware of. My house, maybe. The places you fly, I'm surprised you haven't broken zones. Yeah, there's been some sketchy spots. Like one of the spots that we were in England, I swear to God, we could have died at so many different points. Just the kinds of spots that we were climbing to. But we didn't. I was secretly hoping that like Gab or Willie fell off and died, because then I would have gotten to fly in London for the DRL championships. But you know, can't always get what you want. Just kidding. What are your hours? They're infinite. 4S versus 5S versus 6S. I don't care. They're all batteries. They all fly fine. Who is your main source for, or sources for all around drone knowledge? YouTube. It's probably the biggest one. I almost chopped my fingers off flying the drone in my trailer. That's not good. What kind of soldering iron are you using? This is an AOE. No, can't point that. INT 937. I also use a TS100, which is in the description. You can buy it from my description. How did you learn to do all of this? YouTube University. Adobe Falls? Awesome video. Thank you. I'm going to be doing just a flight video from that as well at some point here in the near future. I'm going to post a Parrot Quad Travel Quad video. What's that? Oh, maybe. I should. What's about the 3D printed camera mount? Are they durables? It's not a TPU. I think it's a nylon. It's pretty awesome. Flight of the Year was epic. Thank you. How many times have you gotten cut by props? Too many to say. An embarrassingly high amount. Okay, so for the Unify, I don't need... So this wire here is ground for camera, and this wire is video for camera, and I'm not going to be using them, so I'm just going to get rid of them right away. And I'm just going to do that by cutting them. It's pretty lazy, I know. And then I just stretch the silicone back over it. And then I'm not going to need any of these connectors. I'm going to be direct soldering it all, so I'm just cutting all that right off. Now for power, I'm going to run this right off of the 5-volt rig. I think that should be okay for this build. But I like to have my Unifies behind a power regulator. But I might have to move it off if I have any problems with it, because this is only a 600 milliamp regulator, and I've got a few things running off of it. That being said, I think I've done this before and never had a problem with it, so it should be okay. And then I have to ground the Unify to the same place as the video is grounded. So I'm just going to cut that there. And ground it to the OSD pads. And then video goes right next to it. And then finally we have one last wire that is the audio cable technically, but this is going to go to a UART so that I can use smart audio. So I'm going to turn that up as well. And we're going to make a little room here. So I'll go to this pad right there. Oh no! How'd I have it? There we go. So that should be all of the wiring necessary for the Unify, which is here. I'll get rid of this because it's old. All right, I'm going to take a break in about 20 seconds for another list of questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them, and I'll respond to them here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and power this up and test the video. Make sure everything is hunky-dory. Go lipo first. Hold on. What kind of hex drivers do you use? I bought these from Mid-America Multi-Rotor, I believe, as a kit. Okay, that's got power. That's a good sign. And all of the motors initialized. So let's see if we got video. Of course, that's dead. That's annoying. Wank, wank, wank. Grabbing some goggles. Oh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Oh yeah. You got video. I don't know if you can even see this. I doubt it. But, yep, you got video. So that's good. No magic smoke. Yeah, no magic smoke. My magic smoke on stream days are done. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up a little bit here and see what questions you asked during that. What's he building? I'm building a ShenDrones top mount Flacco for racing at Sebring Drone Race. What did you do in NASA? I'm curious about that too, actually. Would you be interested in talking about NASA on the YouTube video sometime? That'd be cool. Best tiny whip, the one that Jesse sells. Don't power on your transmitter without an antenna. That's a good point from Chile Vuela. Don't power on your transmitter without an antenna for any length of time. So this is the TBS Unify. This is my video transmitter. Do not power it up without an antenna screwed in. It's good practice to never do that. Drones only last a month before they become broken, stolen, or lost. That's a bummer. Titanium word. How do I get those damn screws out, though? Any tips on making a video go viral? No, because my viral video is totally random. Why are you not using a patch antenna and 2 TBS Triumphs? Because I was most recently flying at a race, and at a race it's better to have a low DBI with high sensitivity and let the diversity figure it out, rather than having a high DBI where you would accidentally pick up another channel and get blown out, which is bad. Can you give me a free drone? No, you can buy one though. How do you like this? The more square batteries? Hey Nerk, did you get a baby hawk? No. I have flown the original one a bunch though. He said 3, what's up? The father of all tiny whoops? Yes. Have you ever lost a race to a 4-inch drone? Probably, but not very often. That mountain biking video will go viral soon. I freaking hope so. How can we do one? What do you mean, how can we do one? And if you mean that, do you want help making one? In which case, you should definitely reach out to me via my website, paulnerkala.com, or message me on Facebook, whatever. Any pilots that are a threat to you in a race, any that are not crashed. Why do you hate 3-inch quads? Because they're not as fun as 5-inch, and 5-inch is really fun and normal. Okay, let's go back to building this. So I got to figure out how to wedge everything in here. So what's funny is that with this pod thing, it's actually got much more room than with the other pod. Even though the other pod has a lot more space, I'm kind of pumped because there's gonna be so much. It's gonna be so much easier to fit all this in here. Now here's my receiver. Again, this is a Futaba receiver, so don't judge me on its size. It's just the only option. You know what? Let's strip this down and direct solder. We'll be able to clear up a lot of room. Top 3 5-inch frames for freestyle with parts in America. With parts? What do you mean? Do you ever break micro cams like it's heat shrink? No. Have you a video of your history as a pilot? No, but I talk about it on podcasts and stuff all the time, so I've never really thought about making a video about it, but if that's something that people are interested in, I would definitely consider it. Building or buying drones, which is better? But building if you're interested in it at all. The new Baby Hawk flies in the order of magnitude better than the OG. That's awesome. I mean, the OG was pretty bad, but it had its purpose, right? Why is it so cold? I can't tell you that. Where's your drone that has the red weapon and gimbal? I can't tell you. Any opinions on Banggood for parts? I prefer United States distributors by far. Got a jet. Good to see you, Chile. Thank you for coming out. Do you fly office parks? Yes. Does RX size matter? No. Jazzy Build OT will teach you more about your quad for future repairs. Okay. I wish I got inside info. Okay. What's the biggest thing you have planned for 2018? If I could tell you, I would, but I can't, so I won't. But it's probably pretty easy to guess what it would be based on last year. But I can't confirm or deny anything. So right now I'm just getting rid of the pin headers on this receiver. It comes out pretty easy. Yep. Now, if I was a smart man, I would have actually figured out where everything is first. So, S-bus is on this side. And I'm pretty sure the outside most is signal, yeah. So it should be ding, 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 right down the line. So we should have some leftover cable, yep. Keep those questions coming, especially if you have super chat questions. I will see them If not, I apologize and do my best here. How often do you stream? I'm going to shoot for a little less than once a week. So sometimes once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. But if I can manage once a week. Sometimes I'm just too busy to make it happen. It's a lot of effort. You going to Sebring? Yes. Punk? Bridger. How is your dog? She's great. She's really enjoying the cold, actually. Free Sky is awesome. Yes, you have the best FPV videos I've ever seen personally. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I work hard on them, and I'm always excited when somebody likes it, because it takes a lot of work. But I do it for me. And if other people like it along their way, that's killer. But, you know, not everybody likes the same stuff. And when people don't like it, that's okay. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point these antenna wires to come out this way. I'm going to glue everything down. And then heat shrink it. Nerd, top 3 5-inch frames that are made by American-based companies. Okay, show me what you got. Steez, Atmospheric Adventures, Kratos, Freestyle, and probably something by RMRC. What video auditing software? I use Premiere. How did you get into quads? I talked about that earlier in the stream. What is the best motor and size KV for racing? I like 2306 2400 KV. That seems to have been my favorite so far. What team are you on for Sebring? ShenDrones / Liftoff. Nurk is my hero. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did you get in any trouble for your Flight of the Year video? I got a phone call, but I have not yet gotten in trouble. I get nervous watching your FPV. I feel like I'm going to crash. It's so exciting. I'm glad you feel that way, so that you don't have to. I'll be nervous for you. Why are drones so expensive? I mean, relative to like motorsports, it's really cheap actually. So here's a little trick that I figured out. You can actually use your soldering iron to melt hot glue, and you don't have to wait for your hot glue gun to heat up. I'm super lazy and I hate waiting for things, so I just do this way. It's probably bad for your iron or something like that, but it kind of stinks. But hey, look, it's already done. Just get it good and clean when you're done. No! God damn. What I was trying to avoid. I've watched that train video too many times. Nice. I love the Steez, but I just broke its pod. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't actually use the pod on the Steez, but that's because I have a prototype version. If you come up with a good setup for Crossfire / Futaba, or are you still using 9XD? Sorry. I'm actually still using a 9XD for Crossfire, unfortunately. What's up, nerd? What do you think about the TBS Tango? It's fine. I wish there were replaceable gimbals, I think. Were you at the Zionsville fly-in? I was in Iowa, so I couldn't make it. Not this week, but I was 2 weeks ago. I don't think there was one this week because of the stuff. Follow me, 5-inch stuff coming soon. Cool. Floss 2 is nice for racing. Flow ride is good for freestyle. You can get it to flow over things much nicer with the iron, too. Yep. Bad to breathe that in, but yeah, probably. Make your own helicopter already. What do you mean? Alright, I got some heat shrink here somewhere. Hopefully. I'd love it if I had some clear stuff. Ugh. I don't know if any of this is big enough. Okay, that's all pretty small. watch this live stream come to a screeching halt because I don't have any freaking heat shrink. Sorry if you said why not XFR. What's that? Is that an FC or an RX? This is an RX. Best motors for 5-inch Freestyle 2018. T-motor, F40 Pro V2, 2400 kV. I love that motor. But it's not a budget motor, that's for sure. Just bear with me for a second here. I know I've got some somewhere. I threw it in this drawer the other day. Aha! I'm getting bad stream lag. Oh shoot. That's not good. Nerk, move somewhere with better internet. I have pretty good internet. I am on wireless right now because I didn't have time to run my Ethernet cable, so hopefully it will come back. It's because he said watch the stream come to a screeching halt. That's funny. Are you in possession of a drone capable of lifting over 100 kilograms? What's that in pounds? Alexa, what's 100 kilograms to pounds?
100 kilograms is 220.46 pounds.
It's close. It can't. Its theoretical max payload is 200 pounds. So like 50 kilo. And I'm not in possession. I'm not in possession of it. Moderation is needed for who? Sorry, I missed that. Anyway, yeah. So that's a much more compact receiver. Sorry, Futaba. Futaba hates it when I do that, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I wonder if like Steam is downloading something or something. Nope. Sorry about the low bandwidth, apparently. Okay, so I have a wire on here already for the receiver, so I'm taking it off. And I'm going to re-tin these because that was a really bad wire. And now I'm going to make the receiver wires all the same length. And then strip them all back. And now tin them all. Snip a snip. And then I'm going to wire them all back up. Signal on this board is up top. And 5 volt. And now I'm going to put this guy back on here. was about to say the stream was fine, then it froze when Nurk did whatever he just did. Sorry about that. Yeah, love your videos. Badass. Thank you. You need to make your own illegal life-size quadcopter. I have one. What are your favorite forest batteries? Pulse, 1550, graphene, or high voltage? Okay. So I'm just going to put the receiver in like this, and then the VTX will fit in right behind it. It's a little messy. Let's do a little wire management here. Who else is from the Netherlands? It'd be cool if we had a bunch of people from the Netherlands. Although I'm a little surprised that you're awake still. Isn't it pretty late? This is just regular VHB. Double-sided tape. And that'll just lay in there like so. Keep those antennas out because I'm going to go on top with those. Bring this up a little bit. Oh, I love that right there. That'll be perfect. Nurk beard. Well, so I have celiac disease, which is the gluten-free disease, and it is not a lifestyle choice, but instead a dietary requirement that I have to follow, or else. And so I have to choose gluten-free beers or ciders, unfortunately. Alright, let's get top weight on here. Is that really all it's in? Oh wait, shoot. I've got another piece. Where'd it go? Here it is. It's got a little VTX antenna mount thing, which is pretty neat. That antenna's seen better days. Now where'd my top plate go? There you go, I was literally just holding it. Doesn't have a lot to stick to, unfortunately. I don't think it'll go anywhere once the top plate's on, though. Nothing will short up. There's heat shrink on everything. There we go. That's much better. What's your Steam game called? What? Rick's a gangster. I hope this isn't the way he masturbates because he's really rough. I mean, it's a racing quad, right? Like, it's gonna fly through the air no matter what. And smash into stuff. Oh, shoot. Okay, now we just gotta do these antennas, and it'll be good to go. So what I do for antennas, get some bigger, stronger zip ties. I run it out. Okay. Like that. And then need some heat shrink. Whoa, sick green screen. Thank you. I'm happy with it. That'll work. And I'm going to put another couple pieces just to help hold all that in place. So just give it a little extra fight. There you go. Little racing drone right there. Nice little build. I'm happy with that. I'll fly the crap out of that. Not sure why that wasn't screwed in all the way. Let's check out the weight. I'm guessing 320, 330, something like that. These are pretty big motors. Oh, wow, 286. Oh, there's no props on yet or motor nuts. That'll make it weigh a lot more. Like for example, this is a high key light. 330. Yeah, exactly. That's funny. Not bad at all. I think that'll be a quick little bugger. Can't wait to go fly it. Alright, scrolling back up here a little ways. Who do I gotta call to find out how to get RSSI into Futaba 2001 SP? I think you need a 3001 SP to do it. You build quick as hell, yes. I also didn't have a lot to do. Estimated value, 350, 400. You really like those Swift minis, huh? Yes, love them. You going to use liftoff now that you're on the team? No, I'm just on the team for this event. Does that pod not lift up during the crash? No. You're missing the wooden propellers. I do have those. Now build 5 more. I don't want to do it tonight. Can we see fly tomorrow? Sure. Probably. Don't see why not. It's a pretty good looking little quad. I'll see how the props fit on there. I'll put some DVR on my Facebook page for sure. So these are the ideal 5048. Ooh, that looks good. Love it. Little racing drone. That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping it up now. If anybody has any final questions, definitely feel free to drop them. If you appreciate this and you want to see more of it, definitely hit up a super chat on your way out. I appreciate anyone that takes the time to do that. It's really solid. I'm glad that we were able to do this. I had a lot of fun tonight. Actually, it's been a while since I've been able to do one of these live streams, so I'm super pumped about finally being able to do it again and share this time with you. Definitely, if you're new to the channel or if whatever, you stick around, you'll see more. If you want to keep appraised follow me on Facebook. I've just posted the link in the side chat, and that will I'll have whenever I go live or when I post stuff, you're more than welcome to check it out from there, and that will hopefully keep you notified of when I'm going live and all that kind of stuff. Once we get things rolling, I'm definitely going to be doing giveaways. I've got my next couple builds planned. Both of them will probably have some sort of giveaway involved with them, so stay tuned for that. Link isn't available? Hold on. Let me... It's really quite a pain. There we go. But yeah, so thank you everybody for stopping by. Have an awesome night. Check out the next episode and episodes of the FPV livestream / NERC FPV live, and I hope to see everybody come back again. The next event will definitely be more promoted and a little bit less last minute. So definitely check it out. Basically, go to Facebook and search NERC FPV, and it'll come up right away, I'm sure. But thank you, Curtis, for the quick donation. Really appreciate that. You guys have an awesome night, and we'll talk to you later. Stay flying. Now we awkwardly wait for me to figure out how to stop streaming. Bye!